This is our third story, guys, so listen closely, thank you. Title: The Shadows of Hollow Creek Introduction. Hollow Creek was a ghost town, abandoned after a series of unexplainable disappearances. The locals avoided it, claiming the place was cursed. But for adventurous siblings Clara and Sam, it was the perfect spot for an exciting exploration. They weren't prepared for what awaited them, an evil that thrived in the darkness. Chapter 1. The Journey. Clara and Sam parked their car at the edge of Hollow Creek as the sun dipped below the horizon. The silence was oppressive, broken only by the crunch of their boots on the dry earth. "This place gives me the creeps," Sam admitted, adjusting his backpack. "Come on, scaredy cat," Clara teased. "It's just an old ghost town." The skeletal remains of buildings loomed ahead, their windows dark and hollow. A rusted sign swung in the wind, its faded letters barely legible. "Welcome to Hollow Creek." Chapter 2. The First Signs. As they wandered through the deserted streets, they came across an old general store. Inside, the shelves were empty, save for a few broken jars and faded cans. "Check this out," Clara said, pointing to a diary lying open on the counter. The last entry read, "The shadows are alive. We can't hide anymore." Sam frowned. "What does that even mean?" Before Clara could respond, a chill ran through the room. The shadows on the wall seemed to stretch, moving unnaturally. "Let's go," Sam urged, his voice tight, but Clara was already at the door, her face pale. "Yeah, let's go." Chapter 3. The House on the Hill. At the center of the town stood a large house, its roof sagging and windows broken. Against their better judgment, they decided to investigate. "Whoever lived here must have been important," Clara said, pushing open the creaking door. Inside, the air was thick with dust, and the floorboards groaned beneath their feet. A large painting hung in the foyer, depicting a family of 4 with unnerving smiles. As Sam examined the painting, the eyes of the figures seemed to follow him. "Did you see that?" he whispered. Clara glanced over. "See what?" "The eyes. They moved." Clara rolled her eyes, but her bravado was fading. "Let's check upstairs and then leave." Chapter 4. The Whispering Dark. Upstairs, they found a child's bedroom, untouched by time. Toys were scattered on the floor, and a doll sat on the bed, its face cracked and stained. "Creepy," Sam muttered, avoiding the doll's gaze. Suddenly, a faint whisper filled the room. It was indistinct at first, but grew louder, clearer. "Leave. Now." The siblings froze. "That wasn't you, was it?" Sam asked, his voice trembling. Clara shook her head, backing toward the door, but the whispers didn't stop. They grew into a chorus of voices, pleading, warning, and laughing all at once. Chapter 5. The Shadows Awaken. As they fled the bedroom, the hallway seemed longer, stretching endlessly. The light from their flashlights dimmed, and the shadows around them grew darker, thicker, almost tangible. "We're not alone," Clara gasped, clutching Sam's arm. From the corner of her eye, she saw a figure, a tall, shadowy shape with glowing red eyes, emerge from the darkness. "It's coming!" Sam shouted, pulling her down the stairs. The figure followed, moving impossibly fast. As they reached the front door, it slammed shut on its own. Chapter 6. The Escape. Panicked, Clara spotted a lantern near the fireplace and lit it. The light seemed to repel the shadow creature, making it retreat with a guttural hiss. "Keep it lit!" Sam yelled, forcing the door open. They ran into the night, the creature's unearthly screams echoing behind them. As they reached their car, Clara turned back and saw the entire town shrouded in darkness, the shadow figures watching them from every window. "Drive!" she screamed. Sam didn't need to be told twice. Epilogue. The warning back home, Clara and Sam vowed to never return to Hollow Creek, but they couldn't shake the feeling that something had followed them. At night, their lights flickered, and they swore they saw shadows moving where no one stood. Clara found a note in her backpack the next morning. It was written in shaky, childlike handwriting. "The shadows never forget."